Humankind have been searching for infinity for a long time. Infinite life, infinite joy, infinite power, infinite energy, and infinite money. They tried to steal, so they find it. Didn't work. They tried magic. Didn't work. They tried chemistry, trying to turn everything to gold. But of course, it didn't work. Until someone did something that seemed like it worked. The US. It built its empire on a magical formula that brought him money. And money. And more money. But what is this formula? A totally irrational myth came true. Before anything else, please subscribe to our channel. It's an easy yet precious thing to support us to make more videos about historical facts. Well, the idea works like any other infinity idea. It happens in 3 steps and makes that infinite cycle. Find a power source. I would name it battery. Turn to another form of power. We shall name it wiring up. And transform the new power to its origin. That's the magic tree. But these 3 steps came with extravagant cost. Blood. Each step was triggered with a war, basically, and unfortunately the war has been the theme of every major change in the history. Step 1, battery. Let us get back to the 1945, the end of the Second World War. Countries turned to rubbles, debris of a deadly war. The only intact country was the US, which saved its economy. So all the countries in the Bretton Woods Conference were forced to give America the battery to grant their recovery. They turned dollar to an international official currency for trade. But this battery wasn't infinitive at first. The US had to recharge it. So they said, hey US, for recharging this battery, you gotta spend gold. And we have to be able to exchange your dollar with gold anytime we want. US agreed, and dollar turned to an official representative of all those countries' gold assets in the US. Step 2, wiring up. Then the second bloodshed took place. Vietnam War. The war which soaked US wealth in it without having a meager thing in return. US had to provide for the war, so they had to print a lot of claim checks. Meanwhile, their national welfare program launched, which was hell of a burden, and amidst this messy situation, France and some other European countries decided to take their gold from the US, which meant not only they couldn't print any more claim checks, but also what they have printed would cause a terrific economic disaster, which the people were witnessing its signs. So US decided to find a way to transform the power to its original form. Nixon announced that US dollar is no more backed by gold, and it's a fiat currency. It shocked the world. It may bring a question that what is fiat currency? In simple words, usual currency is backed by gold or other assets, while fiat currency is backed by nothing but trust. The Vietnam War was still an ongoing war, the inflation was rising up, and so many other problems were choking the US government. There was a flaw in the cycle. Trust couldn't be the only asset when it comes to money. So they needed a magic trick that would get this cycle to work. Something that would bring an infinite credibility for the dollar. So they hired the magician. Step 3. The magic trick. Yom Kippur War was the third war. Every dark magic comes with a cost, doesn't it? Arab countries sanction all the supporting countries around the world, including US. Since Saudi was the pioneer of oil industry and a major exporter to the US, it caused a calamity. Gas prices quadrupled over a single night. People were actually killing each other at the gas stations. 6 hours was the average time for filling up your tank. Nixon, on the other hand, was drowning in the Watergate scandal. William Simon, the magician, came with a spell. He knew better than anybody that the world is about to discover the lifeblood of the modern era, a black gold. The oil. He said, if you just add a drop of oil to the system, ta-da, It works. Nixon said, either way I'm doomed. Just do it. He was sent on a so-called casual visit to France and Middle East. But the main operation was getting Saudis to a deal to resolve this oil issue. 1974, June 8th. The deal was signed. Under this contract, Saudis had to sell oil exclusively in US dollars. And in return, US granted Saudis would be protected by the US army. But the contract had an open clause. Saudis had to invest the dollars in the US economy. This was the point where the power got recycled. From now on, if you are an industrial country that needs oil like Japan or India or etc., you either go and get the dollars you need or use the national reserve dollars of your own country, or just buy US assets and stocks to pay for the oil. It exploded US economy. There were mind-numbing demand for US dollars and assets. The dream of infinite money came true. But the truth is, like any other infinity idea, this was an illusion too. But thanks to Saudis, it took a little bit longer more than ever. But ill-gotten gains never prosper. The system is about to collapse.
Today, this petrodollar system is facing challenges, especially after the US and Israel initiated a war on Iran.